Welcome back. We are officially in the deep waters of the season. Weeks 8, 9, and 10 are in the books and the playoff picture is starting to crystallize, but not without some absolute chaos along the way. Today we're breaking down a massive 3-week stretch in the draft day sports college football universe known as SNCFL. We've got undefeated Titans holding the line, shocking upsets, and some video game number performance that you have to see to believe. If you were waiting for the top of the polls to crumble, you got your wish as 2 of the 5 have fallen. Our 2 losses since our last video: number 1 Auburn was taken out by Georgia, dropping to number 7, and Georgia dropped out of the top 5 after surviving a skill from Vanderbilt on the road 48-45. Our new number 1 is UCLA, led by Stewart. The Bruins are an absolute wagon. They completely dismantled Arizona 62-3 in week 9, blew out the bye week last week. Running back Ricardo Hoffman continues to look like a Heisman candidate with 1,003 yards and 23 touchdowns. Up next is our Big Ten two-headed monster. Number 2 Maryland and number 3 Michigan are both sitting at a perfect 8-0. Michigan has looked confident, downing Rutgers, Michigan State, and Illinois by a combined 149-43. Maryland eked by Bama and his Indiana squad in the waning seconds of their game and then pounded Michigan State. These two are on a collision course where 2 teams will enter in week 14, but only 1 team will leave. At number 4 is Skelter and his Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. After beating Georgia 45-21, the Warhawks have downed Mississippi and Texas A&M by a combined 89-27. Looming this week, though, is the West Division decider against Invisible Witness and his Auburn Tiger squad on the road. If Louisiana Monroe can win this one, they should be the new number 1. At number 5 is Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers are the first team to hit 10 wins. They survived a few early skills, but completely rolled over Georgia State 52-3 in week 8, sorry Stewart, and survived Texas State and Appalachian State to protect that record. Let's look at a few of the other undefeateds, though. Stewart's number 8 Blue Devils and Kev's number 9 Iowa squad. The Blue Devils are on an absolute tear through the ACC, outscoring Georgia Tech and Miami 117-27 in weeks 8 and 9. Iowa was overshadowed by the powers in the East, but they have been on an amazing run, downing Wisconsin 41-10 and Minnesota 38-33 in week 8 and 9, and will be coming off a bye. It wouldn't be the SNCFL without some broken hearts and busted ratings. We saw Shark and Georgia come back in the second half to break the hearts of number 1 Auburn, Invisible Witness, with a 46-35 win, largely fueled by Renfro's 369 yards with 3 touchdowns. In other places, Kansas State shocked Iowa State in Manhattan 37-17. LSU ended DWK's undefeated season with a 34-17 win over Alabama in the Bayou. In week 9, Texas Tech absolutely routed number 10 Oklahoma State 38-17, proving the Big 12 is an absolute meat grinder this year behind Blankenship's almost 200 yards rushing. Bama and Indiana experienced the ultimate heartbreak as Maryland scored 14 points in 90 seconds to end their bid for a marquee win against the Terps. Elsewhere, Washington handed Arizona State their second loss of the season to a Washington team, no less, downing the number 18 Sun Devils 33-21. In week 10, we probably got the biggest shocker out of one of our Group 5 conferences, as undefeated East Carolina finally fell, losing to South Florida. South Florida pulled off the 35-30 upset, largely behind the efforts of Durbin, who threw for 323 yards with 4 touchdowns. As we look forward, to week 11. We have some marquee matchups. Kev in his undefeated and number 9 ranked Iowa Hawkeyes take on the number 12 Nebraska Cornhuskers that will define who wins the Big Ten West. Number 18 Arizona State travels to the City of Angels to face Stewart and his number 1 UCLA Bruins. And as mentioned before, Skelter and the number 4 Louisiana Monroe squad takes on number 7 Auburn. This one will be a battle as both teams look to grab the West by its horns. We can't wrap this up without talking about guys who put up absolute video game numbers over this stretch. Stop what you're doing in Week 10. In Week 10's offensive showcase against West Virginia, Ramon Ferreira went 35 of 44 for 530 yards passing and 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. 7. That is one of the most legendary quarterback performances we've seen all year. Michigan's Raymond Sumner is having an absolute monster of a season, completing 68% of his passes for 2,768 yards with 34 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And then there's Mr. Touchdown himself, Ricardo Hoffman from UCLA, who has scored 23 touchdowns on 131 rushes, averaging 125.4 yards per game. The top 25 is shifting. The Big Ten East is ticking towards the battle of the Big Two, and ULM looks like a legitimate national title contender. As we head into the final stretch of the regular season, every single snap matters. Who do you think has the best shot at knocking off number 1 UCLA? Let me know in the comments below. As usual, have a great day, and if you want to join us, the links are in the video. Bye.